J Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. Happy holidays for those that celebrate Thanksgiving and all the holidays that are coming up. My thing about coming loose up there. Anyway. All right. This is the first day, Black Friday, after Thanksgiving. So I hope everybody got a few deals. I really couldn't get too many things myself because I had unexpected car problems last week that cost a nice amount of money, and it took a lot of my little play with money for Black Friday that I was going to do some things, but you know, hey, it is what it is. So it wasn't a lot of stuff I really wanted for Black Friday anyway. I end up normally buying stuff I wouldn't have bought if it wasn't on sale. So, because it ain't really too many things I was looking for. Although it was this new stove that I was thinking about buying, and it was on sale, a nice sale. So I was like, okay, I was thinking about it, but I didn't do it because I don't be cooking that much like I used to, and shoot. So no, I ain't gonna buy it. Anyway, I hope everybody had a happy holiday. What's up, Ambi Bambi? How you doing, sis? Neek, what's up, boo? How you doing? Good to see you. What's up, B? How you doing? Good to see you as always. Bobby Bailey, what's up, bro? How you feeling? Suburbia Jones, boom. He say boom. You know what I'm saying? What up? What up? Ambi, you say happy holidays to everyone. I know that's right. Neek, don't get nothing from Walmart because I got $100 worth of stuff and half of it wasn't in the store or online. So it's been a hassle trying to get my money back. That's something I was just telling my father. So since you brought that up, I'm going to tell you probably why you having the hassle. So Walmart a couple years ago did something different. In order to compete with Amazon, they now have third-party sellers on Walmart. So you have to, I don't know if this happened to you, but this happened to me a couple years ago. You have to pay attention to if you're buying from Walmart or a third-party seller, because it'll have the name under the item sold by in small letters. See, the difference with Amazon is that everybody knows that it's different stuff from different people. And then if it's from Amazon, it'll say Amazon, whatever, Amazon Choice or Basic or whatever. Whereas Walmart, everybody under the impression that everything on that site is from Walmart. Just like you go to Target, you think everything there is from Target or Macy's or whatever. Actually, Target does this now also. And I think Macy's too, but not as much, or I might be off on those two. But Walmart definitely. So you may buy some type of, you know, it could be an electronic device or something. Because I actually bought an Apple computer from Walmart, but it wasn't from Walmart because they don't sell Apple computers. At least they didn't at the time. And so I had bought the computer and it was refurbished. And then, you know, I had to want to take it back and these issues, and I had to go through this third-party seller. And that's when I learned, I thought this was from Walmart. They like, well, technically it's not. You had to go through them and you had to do this and you had to do that. And I was like, man, what in the world? So I don't know if that happened with you, Neek, but anybody that shop on Walmart, you have to double check and make sure it says, if it says sold by, matter of fact, I can show you all how it looks. Because, you know, Walmart, they trying to compete with Amazon, so they changed a lot of things. What is that? All right, let's see. Oops. And then after this, I get to a couple stories because it's something interesting going on in New York with these lawsuits. So like, let's see, we'll go to Black Friday deals. And so if you're shopping at Walmart, let's see, only at Walmart, online only. Let's see, we find something somebody else is selling. Of course, when I try to do it live, I'm not gonna find nothing. I actually almost bought this right here. This is a good one. I like these air fryers and thing, and this was a rotisserie as well. I was like, ooh, $50. But then I thought about it, like, nah, I ain't gonna buy it. That's some more things I would just buy because it's on sale. It only costs $100 regular price. So yeah, saving $50, or are you really just spending $50 you wouldn't have spent? So I didn't buy it. Plus, I got too many damn air fryers and things sitting over here. All right, so look like they're not advertising the third party seller on the Black Friday thing. But let's see if we go down here. Let's see, this is where they'll have some of that stuff. A bestseller, early access. Yeah, you gotta check. Look at these things. They got some good little things on sale at Walmart. I always thought about buying one of these with the smoker on the side. Damn, Bluetooth. How you gonna work a grill with the Bluetooth? You gonna Bluetooth flip the meat? What? This little baby is nice. You get you little shababs in this mug. Get you some shababs. Oh my goodness. This, yeah, the smoker on the side. Oh yeah, that's looking good. They put a pizza in there. What's this? A tray of macaroni? Yep. Oh yeah, this is nice. $300. $463. This is another thing you people should use. Affirm. If you don't want to use your credit card and you don't want to spend all that money, if that's out your budget. See how this says sponsored? Finally, before we move on. Let's see, sponsored. Let's see, this look good too though. Damn, $450. You can stick in a thermometer, but you could buy a thermometer, a digital thermometer for $20. Anyway, I don't think this is sold at Walmart. I can't exactly see. I got some stuff in the way of my screen some. But anyway, as you buying stuff, you want to double check and make sure that it is sold and shipped at Walmart. I ain't gonna spend too much time on that, but you know, I definitely know what you mean. Thank you, sis, for showing some love. Much, much love. And I appreciate it. Let me see if I got some love for you. Here goes some love for you. Dang, it won't play long. Short love. Hold on. Let me get some other love.
Oh, well, here we go.
That was the wrong kind of love, too. Let me see. Here, cheers. Here goes some love right here. Much love back to you. Here go a little love for later. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, Woods, I appreciate the love. I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving, and it's a catch-22 because if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving and all this stuff, but then you go and you eat food and spend time with the people on this day, the food that people prepare for this, you still kind of celebrating it. So, you know, but then you don't want to tell everybody, I don't come over there on that day. I won't eat the food. So what do? You know, you go a couple places, you eat a little. At some places, some you don't. And you talk, and you leave, and you say, you know, good to see you. Happy holiday. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, let's get into it. I appreciate everybody for coming through as always, and I got a big bone to pick with the city of New York. Yep, the city of New York with this law that they put out to allow people to come back and sue sexual offenders after so many years. And it's the reason why I don't like it. And the reason why is that in theory, that's a great idea. And in theory, that's, great that if somebody was abused or sexually assaulted and it's a statute of limitations, that they're going to now make it where they can come back and say something or whatever after the former statute of limitations was once there. I'm trying to find the article while I'm sitting here talking at the same time. I think in theory, though, that's a great idea. But in reality, the problem is it's only going to work against rich men. Not because they're not putting them in jail, they're just suing them for money. So what was the point of this? It's not like they're putting it behind bars guys that did something, average guys that did something to the average woman. This is going against rich guys and celebrities and getting the money. So how is this helpful? I don't understand. I don't understand how this was helpful. Who is this serving? And I don't know. It's just a little weird to me that they put this in there. I'm about to pull up the new article that they have for Jaime Foxx. And I just was like, it's to a point where any guy that had any relationship with a woman, that any guy that was famous, rather, I should say, and had a relationship with a woman in New York can be accused right now of anything improper. And now it's up to him to defend himself. Now, I'm not saying that any of these people may not have done it or may have. If you've been with me, I'm going to say I don't know what people do. I don't know. The one thing I do know is I don't know what people do. I won't put anything past anybody, especially somebody I don't know. So I won't sit here and say, I don't believe this person would do this. I don't believe that person wouldn't do that. I won't say that. But what I will say is I think that it is unfortunate that a person could just have one little allegation thrown and then they got to sit there and be defending themselves and going through all of these things, especially after so long. I don't know why this thing ain't pulling up like I wanted to. Oh, here we go. I think this will do it. All right, here we go. Jaime Foxx. Jaime, they got the Jaime Foxx. Jaime, no, not my Jaime. It says that now Jaime Foxx is being accused of the essays. Essay, what's up, essay? And a new lawsuit. And it says that actor Jaime Foxx faces the essay and battery charges in a lawsuit filed on Monday with the New York State Supreme Court. The alleged incident occurred in 2015 at Catch NYC, which is a popular New York City restaurant, according to the complaint obtained by CNN. CNN has reached out to a representative for the plaintiff seeking comment. The plaintiff, identified as Jane Doe, which is also unfortunate, and I'm going to pause for a second. How are people able to make these accusations and then go under Jane Doe? So you can make these accusations to these high-profile people and they got to defend it. And and you don't even have to stand behind it. Now, I know how it could be backlash and other things that happen, but they're facing backlash also. It's a tricky situation, and I get it that sometimes these celebrities could have fans that may want to hurt or do something to the lady. So this is just a bad situation all the way around. It says that the plaintiff, identified as Jane Doe, claims in the suit that Fox intentionally and without consent used force to offensively touch the plaintiff's person, including groping her breasts and genitals. The complaint alleges Fox seemed intoxicated at the time of the incident. So he groped the breasts and the genitals, okay, while being intoxicated, seeming intoxicated. Okay. It says, as a result, the complaint states the woman suffered and continues to suffer physical and emotional injury. Physical injuries? It includes groping the bosoms in the GG. She didn't say that she was physically injured then. I could get, don't be touching this and doing that. Physically injured, emotionally, maybe. I understand that, but physical. Okay, it says that the woman suffered and continues to suffer physical and emotional injuries, anxiety, distress, embarrassment. Nobody know who you are. And economic harm, and is seeking an unspecified amount. Economic harm. I don't understand that. I would like to know more information before I can say if somebody suffered economic harm. And let's see, it say a spokesperson for Fox told CNN in a statement Thursday the alleged incident never happened. In 2020, this individual filed a nearly identical lawsuit in Brooklyn. That case was dismissed shortly thereafter. The claims are no more viable today than they were then. The statement added, we are confident they will be dismissed again. And once they are, Mr. Fox intends to pursue a claim for malicious prosecution against this person and her attorneys for refiling this frivolous action. I hear that. If I was them, I would probably do that as well if this is what they're saying true, allegedly. Again, I don't know what people do. So I won't say what if it did or didn't. But if somebody touched you, he ain't yank off a bosom. I can see if he, yeah, she'd still be in pain today. Or bit it, and then she didn't go get a tetanus shot or something. You got some pus. I don't know. It says the plaintiff is also suing the restaurant's parent company, Catch Hospitality Group, and various related business entities as defendants for negligent hiring, training, and supervision. So it's the restaurant's job to make sure that what Jaime Foxx do. A representative for a company was not immediately available for comment. I would say if this did happen, alleged incident, and let me go to the comments. All right. B said fingernails could have scratched her. That's funny. TTO, what up? What up? So I will say this. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, about the restaurant she's suing the restaurant. The only reason the only way, in my opinion, the restaurant could be liable is a couple of ways like this. Say Jaime Foxx allegedly did do that, and somebody that worked there saw it and didn't do anything or try to remove him because he was intoxicated, or they kept serving him alcohol even though he was intoxicated, things like that. Or if the alleged incident happened, and then she went and told them, and then they ignored it. Other than that, it's not any of their business if that happened and she didn't say anything and they didn't see it. How would they did them? That's not, I don't understand that. But a lot of times in lawsuits, they sue. What in the world? Somebody took a picture of this teacher. I mean, I see they ain't paying attention to class. They paying attention to A. Anyway, it says that, and this is the problem that I have that I'm about to get into. The lawsuit was filed under the New York Adult Survivors Act, which went into effect late November 2022 and allows adult survivors of the SA to sue their abusers in New York, even if the statute of limitations on their claims had expired. The law has given adult survivors of SA 1 year to file lawsuits against their perpetrators and accept to expire on Friday, which is why all of these lawsuits are coming now before the expiration date. Isn't that special? Isn't that funny? You know, we do little conspiracies up in here. Ain't that a little funny to you? It's funny to me that you had 1 year to file, and now that it's about to run out, now everybody filing. Could they have been trying to maybe work it out maybe in this year, and now that they realize, okay, it ain't gonna work out, let me go ahead and file before the deadline? I don't know. Just a thought. Things that make you go, Y'all remember Arsenio Hall? Things that make you go, Arsenio Hall show. That was one of my favorite segments. Things that make you go, Remember that song? Things that make you go, Things that make you go, Things that make you go, Anyway, let's say if Fox had a medical episode earlier this year after he was hospitalized in Atlanta for an undisclosed medical condition. Maybe she was waiting. She didn't want to sue him while he was still sick. That would have been in bad taste, right? Oh, you want to sue him and he over here dying, you know. But now I guess they figure, let's get it while the getting is good before the expiration date come, or he pass out again. Whichever come first, let's get a move on, because right now it seemed like he all right. Let's do this. Anyway, I think that was low down. And let me click on that New York Survivors Act right quick, because this is what I was saying I think is the problem, is that, and I'm glad it's going to expire, just because, and this is me not reading and knowing all the other information, which I will admit I don't know. So as I learn more information, just like most intelligent people, I'm always adjusting my thoughts and opinions. So let's see what they say. It says a flood of lawsuits are expected as the window opens for adult survivors to sue in New York for sexual abuse. And this was written in November of last year, this article. So they expected a flood of lawsuits. So when they did this, all right, let's see. It says that they can sue their abusers in New York, even if the statute of limitations expired. 1 year to file. People who were essayed at work or in the care of an institution like a hospital or jail to sue that entity. Wow. So if you were at work or in the care of a hospital or institution. So pretty much allow people to sue businesses. You know, it says, I think there will be some interesting cases that come about in the employment cases where powerful men who are supervising women or overseeing women essayed them, and they will be able to hold their perpetrator accountable, but also their employers. Wow. It says that this Wigner, who represented women who testified against Harvey Weinstein, that's who said that. One of them one of the early suits was against Trump for allegedly rigging magazine columnist Jean E. Carroll in the mid-90s. You know what? I'm not a big fan of Trump. I used to like Trump in the 80s. He was all right in the 80s and the 90s. Even in the early 2000s, you know, Trump got a funny personality and businessman and things, but, you know, that don't mean you want him to be the president or whatever. But anyway, I never got the impression that he would do that, have to riggedy somebody. You know, again, I don't put anything past anybody. But one of the things that he was famous for when he was running the campaign was on the bus saying that they let him grab him by the poo. So he didn't say, yeah, I'll just be taking it. Even if they don't want it, I take it anyway. Yeah, it's always mine. Even when they say no, it just means that they just a little closer to a yes. He wasn't saying that. He was saying, yeah, they let me walk up and do it. Yeah. When you in this position, you can do whatever you want. Yeah. That's what he was saying. So for him to start to switch it up and then try to take it, I don't know. Didn't seem like his personality to me, you know. Anyway, another person that I kind of had associated with through online when I first started doing all of this, and on Twitter, one of the few people that I met in the sports world, because when I first started doing all of this, I was on Twitter mostly before I started YouTube, and I would do a lot of sports related tweets and things, as well as other stuff. And Marcelus Wiley and Mike and stuff like that on ESPN would tweet out or whatever, and I respond, and Marcelus Wiley responded, and we've had different conversations on Twitter, small ones. Hold on, let me tell this Google to be quiet right quick. Everybody on the podcast can hear me screaming at Google. Anyway, so he seemed like a nice guy as far as tweets go. Anyway, former NFL star, ex-ESPN analyst Marcelus Wiley accused of riggedy Rex with a former fellow Columbia student in 1994. That's that dude. That was his nickname when he played in the NFL. Now, it says that he was accused of this during his time at Columbia University 29 years ago. The victim, a sociologist with a focus on race and culture, filed a lawsuit in the New York Supreme Court accusing Wiley, 48, of attacking her in the fall of '94 when he was a sophomore and star running back for the Columbia Lions, which Columbia is in the state of New York. Wiley allegedly forced himself on her in her freshman dorm room, relentlessly ignoring verbal objections and robbing her of her virginity, an attack that would later drive his victim to attempt suicide. Wiley's actions were intentionally designed to cause plaintiff severe emotional distress or were taken with reckless disregard of the significant and or substantial probability of causing plaintiff severe emotional distress, the lawsuit states. The now Ivy League professor claims she and Wiley were friends when he invited himself to her living quarters. He invited himself, she's saying, telling her he wanted to listen to music and eat dinner together. The plaintiff set clear boundaries with they got to put in his weight, with the 250-pound football player. That's making him sound like a monster, though. Like, the 250-pound football player was uncontrollable after dinner. Okay, but let's see. It says, this does not sound good. I will admit, I would not, this doesn't sound good. It says that she set clear boundaries with the 250-pound football player, telling him she was a virgin and was not interested in having sex with Wiley. And this is in quotes, ain't nobody trying to have sex with no virgin. Don't worry, I got you. Just coming to hang out while I eat. I don't even have condoms on me, Wiley allegedly told her while laughing. Wiley, however, almost immediately ripped off the freshman girl's clothes and forced her face down onto the mattress, the document states. Well, this is getting worse and worse. I will have to admit, this is getting worse and worse. The victim said she could barely breathe and feared for her life as he riggedy multiple times. She managed to escape and scrambled to find her clothes, nearly contemplating fleeing the room naked, but was verbally threatened and physically yanked back into bed by Wiley for another round. Wow, this is getting worse and worse. After confiding in a friend over the attack, the victim reported the riggedy to a series of Columbia University administrators, all of whom are accused of displaying fondness for Wiley and dismissing the assault in an attempt to preserve the budding football star's college eligibility as well as his NFL future. One of the administrators allegedly showed the victim's victim statement to Wiley, who just disregarded that it is a riggedy. Residential Dean Kathleen McDermott, who died in 2011, allegedly accused the victim of misinterpreting the terrifying encounter because she was born in the African island county of Cabo Verde. McDermott then told the plaintiff that in McDermott's opinion, defendant had not actually riggedy the plaintiff because plaintiff was not from America and had therefore misinterpreted defendant's conduct because people from different cultures interpret things differently. Wow. Wow. The lawsuit states, rather than being expelled, Wiley was placed on academic probation and ordered to complete the spring 95 semester from his home in LA. So something did happen. Rather than being expelled, he was placed on academic probation. He was permitted to return to complete his academic and sports career, eventually becoming the Lions captain and leading the team to one of its best seasons in decades. The victim and the friend who encouraged her to report the actions received a series of harassing phone calls in the months after the minimal punishment was handed down. The following spring, while on mandatory leave. Man, this is long, isn't it? Gets worse and worse. I mean, good grief. This gets worse and worse. The following spring, while on mandatory leave, plaintiff attempted to take it out, end it all. What? Plaintiff was admitted to a locked hospital ward for 2 weeks before being released, according to documents. When Wiley eventually returned to the Manhattan campus, the victim was forced to share multiple classes with the alleged attacker, who also studied sociology at the Ivy League University. She became active in Columbia's chapter of Take Back the Night, an organization aimed at ending SA and relationship and DV, where she met with other women who also shared stories of riggedy at Wiley's hands, both before and after her. What? One woman claimed she reported the riggedy to the school's athletic director, who allegedly decided to keep the accusations under wraps until after Wiley played in a game against Princeton. Wiley went on to join the Buffalo Bills after being selected in the second round of the 97 draft. The way the NFL conducts investigations, I'm pretty sure they found out about these incidents too. and they got him in the second round. Wow. He played for the NFL for 10 seasons. After his final season in 2006, he worked for ESPN's NFL Live before Sports Nation and moving to Fox Sports FS1. He was allegedly nominated for a score of alumni awards in the years after his graduation, several of which were diverted by the plaintiff, who was working for Columbia as the associate director of the University Center for Core Curriculum. The school reportedly relented to her objections over fear of negative press. Columbia was named in the lawsuit over accusations of negligence and reckless failure to protect its students from the predators. Wow. That dude, that don't look too good. All these multiple people. I don't know what to say, man. It says that it was filed in New York Supreme Court under the Adult Survivors Act. The law allows them to file past the statute of limitation. You know, Cassie did it with Puffy, as well as Puffy has another case that I'm going to talk about now. And, you know, so here's the thing, man. This is very, very tricky because so much time passed and people, you don't want to say a person's lying, but in the justice system and in the country we live in, we supposed to live by a set of laws and rules. And so that's why they have a statute of limitations, because they want to collect evidence so that we can make up a clear decision based off evidence and not he say, she say, or I believe this person and I don't believe that person, because we all know that sometimes that doesn't, a lot of times that doesn't work. You know, multiple people can come out and say you did something and all be wrong and all be lying. You know, it could be a lot of people that keep saying this and that, and just because they all said it doesn't mean it's true. I know it doesn't seem that way. You know what I mean? It seems like, oh, well, they got 10 people that said this and that. It's got to be true. These are different people. How could they know each? Man, it's some stories I could tell you that is really kind of weird, but it does happen that way. Sometimes those same people could have similar mindset, similar thought patterns, so they come up with a similar type of story or say similar things or hop on to similar things. Sometimes that happen. Now with this situation, the difficult part is that this is an educated person with these accusations, which, let me turn this light over here. I'm gonna have to fix this over here. But an educated person, and they lay out a scenario and say these things, it is very compelling. It makes it very difficult to dismiss. But with that being said, that doesn't mean that it's always true. Now, I will say after reading that, it definitely does not look good for Wiley, Marcelus Wiley. And it's a good thing to get married to somebody and stay with them, especially at a young age. I'm telling you, man, if I was young right about now, I would be looking for wifey, even at a younger age. It's just too much out here, too much problems. Me too, and you can get accused of this or that, and diseases, and it's just too much. People need to stick together. Plus, one thing a lot of people don't realize is you will be more financially secure with somebody than by yourself. I mean, you know, wealth is grown as a married couple exponentially faster than as a single person. Don't matter if you male or female, single. Anyway, Woo-wee! New York opened up a can of worms. The thing is, I would have at least liked to hear about some of these things before this law was available. So say we was hearing these accusations for months or years before this law was available, and then the law came available, we'd be like, oh, well, we know this and that because we've been hearing about this for years. It would just, at least as far as I am, make me feel that maybe some of these claims are more legitimate. I'm not going to say they illegitimate, but right now I will say they are questionable because a lot of them are getting money. It's kind of coming out at a time at the last minute. I don't know. I would have preferred it to at least been a something people was coming for a while. Stony Rock, happy belated Thanksgiving as well to you. Let's see, B, you say just like Ben from Roethlisberger from the Steelers. I like how you tried to put that in there. You say there are rich men who get their rocks off by forcing themselves onto others. Well, that is very true. You know what it is? This is what it is. It's men that like to force themselves or do these type of things, or like a Jeffrey Epstein, for example, and things, or with children and things. And it's people out there that do that, and then they just happen to have money, and some of them happen to not have money. That's what it is. And that's why people should not, and some people happen to be famous or public figures. Some people happen to not be. Just like some people may abuse their wife or cheat on their wife. Some of them may be famous. Most people are not famous. Some people that do those things happen to have money. Some people that do those things don't, and have any money, and vice versa. Some people that stay together with their wives and stuff, they have money, and some people that stay together with their wives don't have money, vice versa. So having money just happens to be the side thing, but people behavior is the constant, which is why sometimes people look at fame and money and think, well, they wouldn't do that. They got fame and they got money. That has nothing to do with it. If anything, that can enhance a person's personality. If you're a giving and loving person, then having fame and money will enhance that. If you a jerk, an asshole, having fame and money enhance it. You got a problem with money, it's going to enhance that. You're going to lose 100 million. You can get 1 billion. You'll blow it. Mike Tyson, he blew hundreds of millions when that was probably equal to 1 billion. So having money and fame, yeah, people out there, keep that in mind. It will not solve your problems. It will just have you enhanced in whatever it is you're doing. It'll make them either better or worse, depending on the person you are, Definitely. Yeah, like you say, it ain't about the money. It's the character and the morals. So, we don't know these people. So sometimes because they're public figures and entertainers, people think they know them, but you don't. We don't. None of us do, for the most part. I mean, of course, people know people, but anyway, so I don't look at it like that. And I can't put anything past anybody. I would say that I do believe in giving people the benefit of the doubt. And I do believe that, what I'm saying, the older you get, the more likely somebody gonna come say something, especially if you get successful or you do something. People see dollar signs and opportunity. I mean, hey, again, I'm not trying to say that things don't happen, because again, I don't put it past you, but the longer you've been around, you better be careful, That's all I'm saying. If I was a dude today, man, with all the stuff going on with these bras here, then it me too'd you or lied or accused you of this or took your money, ruined your credit, gave you a disease, a bunch of baby mamas. There's so many dang on minefields out here, and I'm sure women got just as many problems. So both people should be trying to find somebody and stick with that person and settle down. So what, they snore or got a belly? You better stick with that belly. You better love that belly. You better hit that fupa. You better love that. You don't know what you may get next. Straight up. You better love that person, especially if they sticking with you, because everybody got something to put up with. So if you thinking about how you tired of this and they put up with that, I'm sure they got the same things about you they tired of too. So ain't nobody perfect. So it's really all about who gonna put up with what. And that's the problem today when people look back at grandparents and stuff. They didn't have all these other opportunities to just run out and cheat like that. Not to say people didn't cheat, but you know, it wasn't on a person's mind to jump for the next person for the grass is greener, which means people put up with more, understood more, stayed together more, became friends, bonded, you know, had a lot more of a community. You can't trust people, you know. It's always something. Here go another story, and this is a perfect example of it's always something. This Wisconsin woman got convicted of killing a beautician friend, her friend, with eye drops in her water. How could you do that to your friend? You killed your friend with eye drops in the water. Again, I love to do this stuff live, so I don't really read all of it. So let's get into it. It says she fatally poisoned 62-year-old Lynn Hernan with over-the-counter eye drops in 2018 and later swindled hundreds of thousands of dollars from her dead friend. Well, that explains it, right? But that just goes to show you, man, you can't trust nobody. This woman was 62 years old, and this woman killed her to take all her money. And then that's the type of thing that's really sad, because I'm sure that woman, the beautician, worked her ass off her whole life to get that money and to get where she was, only for some jerk to kill her and just take it and then blow it. I'm sure that the story goes that she blew all the money and there's none left and blew it on stupid stuff, when this person had to work their ass off to save and do this and that, only for somebody to come along that don't know how to rub two nickels together and throw it away in the wind. At least if you did that, we should be talking about how she flipped that money and made it into millions. That would at least be like, well, damn, at least she did something with it. But that's never the story, right? Nobody ever steals the 100,000 or more, flips it, and becomes millionaires. No, they end up blowing it all to zero. Idiots. I hate that. I hate that. You gonna kill me just to throw all the money away in the garbage? And then go to jail. It says she gonna spend the rest of her life in prison after being convicted of killing a friend by drugging. And that's another thing. I think you can't even taste the eye drops in your water or drink, so you got to be careful out there. I think that's what they used to use to date rape people or something. It said Jessie Kurzweski. She's 39 years old. Damn. Found guilty. And it says that she did that. And it says that she was found guilty of 2 counts of theft of movable property less than 100,000, but more than 10,000. It says the jury returned the verdict, and it said after deliberations lasted for roughly a day and a half before they reached a decision. It said that she cupped her hand over her face and wept for a few minutes. They were seeking. It said that they were seeking justice for life that was unjustly taken. Let's see. Betrayed Lynn out of greed. Yeah. Said, how did she die? Police found her dead in Pewaukee. Never heard of that. Wisconsin condo. Pill bottles were scattered about by her body. An autopsy later revealed she had ingested a fatal amount of tetrahydrozoline, a common medicine and over-the-counter eye drops like Visine, as well as nasal sprays. Her death was later ruled a homicide. Says that during police interviews, Krzeski claimed Hernan was suicidal and ingested eye drops along with vodka by herself. Prosecutors, however, maintained that she plotted to poison her and later staged the death as an overdose in order to defraud the woman for nearly $300,000. During the trial, prosecutors pointed out how following Hernan's death, Krzeski assumed control of the finances and slowly drained the woman's savings. In one instance, Krzeski cashed a check fraudulently made out to her from Hernan for more than $130,000. I mean, she didn't think that she was going to get caught. Okay, so the woman was suicidal when she killed herself. What that got to do with you spending all her money? $130,000 check. Why is she so stupid? It says that she also caused her credit score to plummet by maxing out her credit cards. Why are you maxing out credit cards when you taking out $130,000? You was broke before you started stealing from this person. How are you now not able to support yourself that you need to max out credit cards? It says her defense team had hotly contested any involvement in Hernan's death during the trial. You had to have some type of help. And you paying them with the money, stolen money. Attorney Donna Kukler argued Hernan was like a mother to the Wisconsin woman. She disputed that Hernan's overdose death occurred due to the tetrahydroline alone and alluded to a polydrug overdose, meaning the 62-year-old had taken a deadly mixture of drugs. Boy, lawyers is something else, man. You ain't got to have no heart to be a lawyer, boy. That's something else. The criminal defense attorney, woo-wee. Sometimes they doing a good job, and sometimes they doing the devil's work, the devil's advocate, for real. It says Kuchler also alleged that Hernan's health was failing and that she'd been in a lot of pain prior to her death, and following a palliative care consultation had begun freely spending her savings. This included gifting ample funds to Krzeski. Lynn gave Jesse money all the time because she wanted to. Giving money to Jesse made her happy. Jesse was like her daughter. Wow. The defense team didn't speak with reporters after the verdict was rendered. Loved ones of Hernan breathed a sigh of relief after the verdict was read. Yeah, what about her loved ones? She took all the money, said, no, I'm the one she loved. A friend of the dead Wisconsin woman said her death triggered 5 years of stress. He referred to Hernan, who he said had been like a close family member's Aunt Lenny. Wow, man. That's the thing, man. That's very scary. That's scary. You don't know who to trust, who is around you. This woman thought she was doing hair, and this woman was planning to kill her and did it with Visine. It make me not want nobody to fix me a plate. Don't fix me a plate. No damn drink. Nothing. I was at somebody's house for Thanksgiving. They was I ain't been there. They had all kind of plate, food, everything. Some damn. I didn't get none. I was cool, but then I'm glad because later I saw a damn roach run across the floor. I'm like, whoo, that bug could have snuck in the damn mac and cheese and died on the motherfucker. He could have snuck in the dressing. You know, if a roach snuck in the dressing and died and got baked in there, you may not recognize, especially if you put some gravy on his ass. You better ate some roach. I'm good. You can't eat everybody food. I learned that a long time ago. You better come back out and take a boo-boo. B said during Super Bowl in 06, a player was caught in a woman's bathroom of a club when he tried to force himself onto a young woman. the player got jumped by the woman in the restroom. I ain't hear about that. The player paid the woman and the club to keep quiet. Well, I guess that's why I didn't hear about that. Amby Bambi, Pewaukee is a suburb of Milwaukee. Yeah, man, money is something else, man, because it can cover up and hide a whole lot of stuff. What up, Kay Leezy? Happy Thanksgiving. So, I mean, money is something else, man, because with that money, they can cover up, hide stuff, and that's the name of the game of life. With money, that's how they be paying off, covering up, hiding a lot of stuff that I be talking about that's conspiratorial in this world. So, you know, hey, that's one of the problems with money. If you all know about the leader of Dubai, it's not MBS, but he is another type of person. I think his name is Muhammad something. He don't play. You know what I'm saying? And the things that he do and have a tight grip on and things, and his daughters and stuff, that's a whole nother section to get into. But yeah, it's something else. So, man, it's just that war, something, man. You gotta be careful out here in the world. And is this other story I'm about to get to? I was wondering about this, and this is one thing that makes it hard for me to, if I was a woman, to be with a person that's an actor that has a lot of sex scenes and very intimate sex scenes, and kissing all the time. I don't know. But Teyana Taylor is now coming out saying that she has been divorced from Shumpert, Iman Shumpert, former NBA player, and that she secretly filed for divorce in January because he was cheating as well as emotional abuse. Now, she did not say that he was cheating with the people on the TV show. So I will say that. But it's just weird to me sometimes, not to say everybody that's in a movie or something that kiss somebody or have a sex scene should get divorced or be single. I'm not saying that. But if you having a lot of them, I'm sure it could be putting at least some conversations in that relationship is going to come up. Anyway, it says that singer and actress Teyana Taylor secretly filed for divorce from Shumpert earlier this year, according to Radar Online. And it says she accused her estranged NBA star husband of infidelity and emotional abuse. It says that Taylor, 32, revealed that Shumpert, 33, had been separated for quite some time. And it says that, according to documents obtained by TMZ on Wednesday, she accused Shumpert of being a jealous, emotional abuser who was insecure about her fame. Taylor also alleged that Shumpert was treating her cruelly and displaying extreme narcissistic behavior throughout the majority of their marriage. The Wake Up Love singer claimed that she decided to end their marriage in January because she was unable to handle the emotional roller coaster. According to the divorce petition, Taylor said that she received condescending and manipulative messages from Shumpert about her music career. The singer accused Shumpert of jealousy and insecurity and claimed that he became angrier as her music career started to grow and his started to deteriorate. Taylor alleged that Shumpert would become annoyed when they attended public events together because photographers would ask the then NBA star to step aside so they could snap solo pictures of Taylor. She also claimed that she turned down several work opportunities because Shumpert did not want her to work, even though he was making more money than her at the time with his multi-million-dollar NBA contracts. Okay, he didn't want her to work even though he was making more money. What do they mean, even though? Okay. Yeah. Let's see. The couple's marriage completely collapsed in 21 when Shumpert's NBA career started to crumble. Taylor said she attempted to get Shumpert jobs as an actor, but her husband showed no interest. Ultimately, the constant fighting and Shumpert's alleged insecurities led Taylor to launch the divorce process in 2021. Say, while the pair were able to reconcile temporarily during Shumpert's retirement from the NBA 2 years ago, Taylor claimed that he remained in an insecure state. Now, one thing I will say is I remember them having some type of post about how everything is good with them and all this and that. Now, of course, a lot of people say things to save face. And also one other thing that I have a problem with is that because, and this is just how it is, women by nature are snitches. Meaning women don't have a problem. Okay, I won't say this, because some women that have been in these instances do have a problem with speaking out and don't want the attention and things. But in general, even with all the difficulties that they face, it's easier for a woman to speak out about these things than a guy. So you're telling me no woman of power or influence have done anything wrong to a man? Because where's the sexual, things, caught myself, y'all peep that, or riggities or whatever from a woman? So you saying that no woman in power walked up and grabbed the guy's junk or smacked him on the butt or said nothing? No woman ever do that. Women are angels. Women are angels. No woman ever does anything wrong, huh? Or is it that men have an even more difficult time coming out? You know what? I was a victim of abuse. I was at this party and she grabbed my dang. And then because of the innuendos and things, I felt obliged to let her put it in her mouth repeatedly. I didn't know what to do because I didn't want to lose opportunities and jobs in the industry. So I let her slide on by, but I didn't want to. She later then made me come over, hit it from the back. I prefer actually not to do that. I'm filing. Where's New York City? Where's my suit? I don't know, man. Of course, I'm crazy in the comics, so I'm always going to say something stupid and make a joke out of something. But I don't get it, man. Where is the dudes? I'm going to come up. Hey, look, Halle Berry. Yep. She did it. She squeezed my pee-pee. Yep. So did. Make us settle out of court. You can settle out of court. It'll all go away. It'll all go away just like that. Otherwise, we going to trial. Damian Kenny, you say men will tolerate or appreciate certain attention from women. Man, you are exactly right. If a woman came and grabbed your stuff, you ain't gonna be like, how dare you? You touched my thing. My thing. Y'all remember in first grade, we called the little pee-pee a thing or it. I remember it. I can't believe we laughed at this. This what makes me realize childhood. It would be any time the teacher would be talking and say the word thing or it, we'd bust up laughing. All right, now make sure you turn to it. She said turn to it. We turn to our its. Yeah. Pull out the thing. Oh, she said pull out our things. Oh. Oh, we're going to pull out our things. Oh my God, I forgot what the hell I was going with that. Oh, well, I was gonna say Halle Berry touched my thing. She touched my thing. She touched my thing. Okay, she touched it. And I'm still suffering physical. It's still physically never felt the same. Okay, the way she squeezed it. Oh my God. I'm still not only have physical, but it's emotionally scarred me. Because no other woman can touch and squeeze it like that. I mean, every time they come and see it, I'd be like, what are you gonna do with it? Don't touch my thing. No. What y'all think of my set, that bit? That's my bit about the essays for men. You say men are abused too, especially as minors. That is true. Often boys don't see it as abuse because it's an attractive woman doing it. True. When they're not attractive is when the problem comes. When you got to get down between them legs and you hear that boom, and that damn smell come like in the cartoons, and this, you see the little, it's curved, but then it come and hit you in the nose. Doop, doop, doop. Vic Mensa. Ambi Bambi, I don't know what I was talking about with some Vic Mensa. Definitely. B, you know what? That's a great point. B says, when Terry Crews spoke up about being groped, people clowned him, especially men. Excellent point, which is like a double standard. Why was that accepted? Why was that happening? So, and he's a big, strong, masculine dude. Everybody wanted to clown him. A lot of comedians came out. He then even got into a little beef with D.L. Hughley because he was saying if somebody groped and grabbed my thing, I'd have knocked him out. Look how big he is. But Terry Crews got a good point because he said it was a man that grabbed his thing, which I was saying why women don't commit these type of abuses. But anyway, he said it was a gay man that grabbed the thing. And of course, if Terry Crews would have beat him up, what would the narrative have been? Big, giant, 250-pound. Of course, they got to put in his weight. 250-pound former NFL player turned actor. This dude was in the NFL for 2 plays. Turned actor, beat and abused Hollywood mogul / producer. And then what he gonna say? Well, he grabbed my wee. He touched my thing. That's a no. So, but that's very unfortunate that he got clowned. They should have been like, yeah, let's Me Too that. Where's the money for Terry Crews? We support Terry Crews. Make them titties pop. That's a big ass robot. He's doing a robot. That's a big ass robot. Anyway, I'm about to get up out of here, man. But you know, it is kind of unfortunate. It is messed up that all these things is going on. What's the new? Oh, I didn't even get to the second abuse with Diddy. Hold on. But overall, I think that's unfortunate that all this is happening. Oh, I didn't even get to the Lil Wayne thing I wanted to talk about too. Let's see. Why these ain't come on my thing on my computer when I had it? So Lil Wayne has got something going on with his chef. Let's see. There go the little damn. I'm trying to get to the puffy thing. What do y'all think about the Colts the Indianapolis Colts owner of the team, Jim Irsay, mad at Stephen A. Smith, saying he going to sue him because Stephen A. Smith said that he was a spoiled rich brat, and he said that he was being profiled for being a rich billionaire. And Stephen A. and them said, get your butt out of here. They profile rich billionaires. Anyway, it's very interesting how everybody is. It's really kind of cool to be a victim these days. And so everybody's been profiled. Everybody's a victim. And, you know, I never, when I grew up in my day, and I'm kind of happy that this is the way I am, I never want to be anybody's victim or feel sorry for me or pity me or do this or do that or pay me because this happened to me. And if stuff happened and this and that, so be it. But I never was that way. That never was my way. I just never thought that way. A lot of people didn't even know about some of the stuff I go through for years on this channel. I don't just say and do that stuff. And I definitely don't say pity me, which is probably why my channel is not as, not to say people are successful because they say or do those things, but, you know, a lot of times, I don't know, people maybe don't even think as much about what's going on. So what I have to go through, but I don't say pity me and none of that. You said Vic Mensa stated Tiffany Haddish groped him. Okay, I could believe that too. Or the crazy self. She just got arrested drunk driving again, which is very scary. She better get it together before she gets hurt. And people like that should be getting an Uber or a limo or something. While she driving, she would perform at the Laugh Factory for Thanksgiving. And then on the way home, fell asleep at the wheel at the light and got arrested. This is her second DUI in a year. So she had another DUI in Atlanta, which is unfortunate. Got to be careful with that. You can kill somebody as well as yourself. Lil Wayne demands that his ex-chef submit to a medical exam after she demanded $500,000 for emotional distress over firing. I bet you this is in New York, of course. Let's see. It's the doctor. She's suffering from emotional distress after being fired by him. So what? You can't fire an employee now? She suffers from pain and suffering, emotional distress, mental anguish and anxiety, trouble sleeping, and depression. Oh my goodness. It says that they reported last year his chef, Morgan Medlock, sued him for wrongful termination. She says she worked for him for 2 years before getting the axe. And this is filed in LA, it says. It says she claims she was fired after asking for time off to care for her family. Claims she took a trip with Wayne to Vegas for Memorial Day. She says she worked preparing meals for the musician and his guests. During the trip, she learned that her 10-year-old child injured his head and needed to be taken to the hospital. The chef said she finished out the rest of the job. On the way home, was booked to fly with Wayne on a private jet. However, the flight never took off due to issues with Wayne allegedly smoking. Medlock says she decided to book her own trip home on a commercial flight. She said she told Wayne's assistant and then left. Days later, Medlock claimed she was fired. The chef said the rapper to his assistant, "Tell Chef Morgan this isn't going to work." Medlock demanded $500,000 in damages. He argued Wayne denied all allegations of wrongdoing. He argued Medlock had not sustained any damages. Further, he said the chef was not an employee, but rather an independent contractor. Got him. Wayne said his actions were legitimate, good faith, justified, non-discriminatory, and non-retaliatory business reasons. The rapper demanded the entire lawsuit be tossed. Wayne demanded his ex-assistant submit to a medical examination in a separate lawsuit. You know what? Based off of this, I'm gonna have to go with Wheezy on this. Y'all put the W or the M. You going with Medlock or Wheezy? Put it in the comments. This is our last little topic and poll for the night. I'm going with Wheezy. If he had her as an independent contractor, that means that you are just doing work at will per this contract. When this contract is over, then your job is over. If I give you a new contract, you do that, and then that's over. You need to, so you basically don't have to pay your health insurance. You don't have to pay nothing. That's up to you. You your own boss. Hey, if that's the case, it's a done deal. She ain't getting no money. Now, if she was his employee, you still ain't getting no $500,000. Okay? Because depending on the state, I don't know every state. I know the state of Indiana is an at-will employment state, meaning they can fire you for no reason. They don't even have to tell you a reason. You fired. Why? What happened? Nothing. Bye. In Illinois, they at least got to have a reason. You know what I mean? They still can fire you, but they at least got to have a valid reason. So they don't have to have a reason here. So in some states, it's at will. Now, even if it was a reason, he could say it's not working out. I didn't like your food. I didn't like your service no more. You having to leave and take care of kids. I want somebody that don't have kids. That way they can work for me more. What you gonna say? Nah, you need to hire people with kids. Why? This is you cooking for me. This ain't no corporation, multiple Better Business Bureau. What is you talking about? So I'm gonna go with Wheezy. And everybody want to sue and get this big money. What she not realizing is that after she did this, I'm pretty sure it's going to be hard for her to get more clients, because if I don't like you no more, you'll probably sue me. So therefore, I won't hire you. So she probably needs this money, because now that she sued one of her most famous clients, she probably can't get any more celebrity clients. Why? How? Why would I work with you when you're probably going to do the same thing to me? I don't even want to take the chance. So always keep that in mind in life. You may be winning the battle, but losing the war. Be careful what you're trying to do. You end up putting yourself out of business. I guess Ambi the only one riding with me and Wheezy. That's what's up, Ambi Bambi. That's what I'm talking about. My rider. What up, Rashonda? How you doing for the holidays, sis? I'm up out of here, y'all. I appreciate everybody always for coming through. It's been a busy last few months for me. I'm sure for a lot of people. And I appreciate all the love and support. Y'all be safe. Deuces. I'm up out of here.